So we have a treat today on Breathe India. Nithin Jayaraj is here from Kochi. He's come to Pune for a Mudgar workshop. He's a fitness enthusiast who propagates the use of Mudgar in your exercise repertoire. And he's an amazing teacher, and he has a different kind of background. He grew up in Dubai, and he left a lucrative family business and moved to his family farm in Kochi, and that's where he practices, where he teaches. He has 7 dogs, a beautiful farm, and we look forward to learning a lot about his journey. Hello and welcome to Breathe India. We're a show that talks about M&M, mind, nutrition, and movement. I'm Rita Date, your host. I'm a yoga and meditation teacher, nutritionist, and I've authored 2 books on healthy eating. So if you want to cut through all the wellness clutter and learn practical advice backed by science, you've come to the right place. So welcome, Nithin.
Yes.
So we just finished a wonderful workshop at the breathing room here. Nithin did, I think it was most of them were beginners, and you showed people how to do the Mudgar.
Yeah.
So that was great. I also did it. It was good. So the misconception is when we tell people to come in to do this, I have bad shoulders, right?
That is the most common thing.
That's the most common thing. So I know that you said it helps your shoulders. So can you explain?
So the most common thing nowadays, I'll just tell you a brief history. So in today's world, humans have evolved to become weaker because of technology. We sit a lot, and we claim that I walk. Walking is not an exercise. Walking is something you have legs to walk. Okay, so walking is not an exercise. But another thing which I'm trying to say is that when people sit, they don't raise their arm more than their shoulder level. Okay, so it's getting at an earlier stage. So I'm saying that from 30s to 40s, I'm starting from 30s. People find it very hard to raise the shoulder up because they don't need to do that anymore in their life. They work out, but if you compare the ratio between sitting down and raising your hand up is very
unless you do a lot of yoga.
But exactly. But still, if you do sit, they sit more than do yoga.
Yeah.
So that happens. But what I'm trying to say is that they all come with frozen shoulders, and most of the common when I ask anyone before a class starts, do you have any injuries? They say, no, I have frozen shoulders. So I just tell them, don't worry, you come to the right person. Today we're going to melt those shoulders. That's what I'm here for. And it's going to really rehabilitate shoulders, your stiff neck, your tennis elbows, anything. Because what we do nowadays, we were always meant to rotate our wrist, rotate our neck, rotate our shoulders, but we don't do that anymore. We just Netflix and chill, or maybe watch a laptop or your Instagram.
No, even when you're gymming, you just have one. You don't move this part.
You only push and pull.
And you don't really go up.
You don't. So even if you do go up, you don't rotate it. You just push up.
You push up.
Yeah.
Right. You don't.
You don't rotate it. So we always meant to rotate. So the movements in a weightlifting, okay, is 2-dimensional. So you push and pull. Okay, that's purely what you do But don't get me wrong. That's the best way to build muscle. You can't get that from rotation. You do get something from rotation. You get more flexible, more range of motion, but the strength-wise, if you compare with weightlifting, you will not get the same strength as weightlifting. But weightlifting will not give you the mobility, the rotation, the functional strength. You will walk like a robot. So you need to rotate those rotator cuffs. It's called a rotator cuff because it's meant to rotate. And people don't rotate it. They only push or pull with it. So that's a few things. I tell every participant in my workshop, it's very important to rotate.
Yeah.
Movement is essential. Yeah.
Essential. And also, I know you're saying we get more muscle and strength but this burns a lot of fat.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does.
I mean, your whole sides here.
Yeah. So like you, I have other, so I do a lot of online training, right? So I have a lot of ladies, Indian ladies, who wear saris. And now they've gone back to the tailors because their blouses have become loose. So they need to go back.
A woman's dream, guys. Wedding season is coming up. Join his classes.
So a lot of blouses get loose. And the reason why, the best heart rate, or let's say most of us wear fitness tracking watches, right? So you have your zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So zone 1 is basically your resting heart rate. Okay. And anything just above your resting heart rate. And if you do it over time, like for an hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, what I'm trying to say, so zone 2 and zone 3 is just above your resting heart rate. Anything during that time is a fat loss. You'll burn a lot of fat. So, not calories, not weight, but fat.
Yeah,
Okay?
the important thing. Yeah.
Because people now do calorie counting and cardio, and they just burn calories, but you don't burn fat. This is perfect because you can breathe smoothly. You can talk while you swing. That's very important. That shows how healthy your heart is as well.
Yes,
Yeah?
yes.
And you can do all that while you're swinging, and you can burn fat.
And what muscle groups do you work
So
out?
when you swing, you work. So the difference between weightlifting or bodybuilding and this you work out a group of muscles. Okay. So let's say when you do an overhead swing, you work out a group of muscles. You work out your chest, your shoulders, your tricep, your grip strength, your forearm. There's a lot working at the same time, and that's why we don't. Whereas in a gym, in bodybuilding, you focus on one muscle. You have your biceps day, your bicep curl, your tricep push-ups. So it says, the name itself says on the muscle which muscle is going to focus on. But here you don't focus on the muscle. We focus on motion, the movement.
And automatically the other things happen.
Yeah. So now let's say if you work out and I work out and she works out, 3 people, we're all doing the same motion, but we all have different soreness. So what happens is it depends on your lifestyle. So if you're a climber, let's say if you're climbing, use a lot of back muscles. Okay, so his pull muscles are very strong because you're pulling yourself up, but your push muscles are very weak. So when he swings, his push muscles will get sore more. Okay, but his back muscles won't get sore as much. So let's say for you, so it depends on your lifestyle. So it's only going to affect your weakest muscle group first. You work on all the muscle groups,
Right.
but your weakest muscle will get sore first. Okay, so what you might, so I might get my soreness on my lats, you might get it on your arms,
Okay.
some get on their thumb because
Right.
it's a grip strength. So it's everyone's swinging the right way, but it focuses on
What they need.
on
Basically what they
yeah,
need.
exactly, and that's why you get very aesthetic because of that. And when you get aesthetic, you won't sacrifice your range of motion.
Right, right. And we worked on the legs a lot. So yeah.
We worked on the
So
legs
it
and you
wouldn't-
see,
yeah.
You saw even when you swing, you can feel how your feet on your toes want to root to the ground because otherwise you might move around. So the more you root your ground, you'll see how your ankles move, your tendons, your ligaments are slowly
Yeah.
working. Yeah, that's how it will.
And the core.
The
right?
core
it's
is
a very,
very
important.
important
I mean,
thing,
you have to. It's always working.
If you don't engage your core, you're going to lose your posture and you're going to go all over the place. So that's very important. Core engagement. And talking about core, that's a very good question. A very good thing you brought up, core. Core is something which because we sit a lot, we tend to slouch.
Right.
Because we don't use our core anymore. We don't need to use
We
our
don't use
core
anything anymore.
Yeah, you don't use it anymore. So you have to keep engaging your core. And that's this thing, I have clients who tell me now when I see the Mudgar, my core gets engaged. Because I keep telling them, engage core, engage core. Core, if you have a good core, you will not have a slouch. You'll have a stronger back.
Back, basically.
Yeah,
That's very,
exactly.
these
Your
days,
posture just gets
back issues are so high, becoming,
Because
because
they
of
don't
the
engage
sitting,
it.
they don't
they're
engage
sitting,
it.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Now they're saying sitting is the new smoking.
Yeah, it's been there. That's true.
Yeah.
Sitting
It
is causing a lot of problems.
a lot of problems, yeah.
So, what motivated you to start influencing fitness?
Okay, so so back in 2019, let's say I was in Dubai, but family business, I wasn't motivated or let's say I wasn't challenged every day. Every day I would get up and think, oh, I have to go to work, But now, what happened was I thought, let me give myself a break. Let me come back to my roots, my home ground. And if I didn't like it, I can always go back. I came back in 2019, December. I started...
And then COVID hit.
And COVID, and I was so happy it hit because it was a blessing in disguise for me because it really helped me adapt to my surroundings, the nature. I needed... COVID gave me a lot of realization where I didn't need much clothes. I didn't need so many things. I didn't need very minimal stuff. And the more minimal I got, I was more satisfied inside. And I should look at my old me and say, like, why do I have all these kind of things? So much clothes, so much, like enough stock for the whole month. And you wear only 2-3 of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That happens, yeah. So this kind of brought me back, and I started this because it's very organic, it's wood. Wood has its own medicinal value. And
When did you pick up your first Mudgar?
so first Mudgar would be, I really can't remember
Okay,
much.
because way before this.
14 years ago.
Okay, okay. Then you
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
actually doing
Yeah,
more when you
doing
got
more,
to the
but I
farm.
didn't teach them. I didn't teach them.
right.
Just trying and I didn't learn this by myself. I learned this by myself with a lot of trial and error. Okay. And what got me to this is a movie, like I told you mentioned earlier. Uh, I saw a Bollywood movie. I saw the person use it, and then I was like, "Oh man, it looks very interesting." Let me. The reason why I'm not saying the names is because I don't know the actor's name. I forgot his name.
Amir Khan.
No, not American. It was Salman. It was not Dangal. It was Dabang.
Oh, Dabang.
Dabang,
Okay,
where
okay.
Salman Khan was the cop,
Oh, I see.
and Sonu Sood
Okay.
was the villain in that movie. He used it.
Ah,
Okay, he used it. But I saw his physique and everything. It looked so good, and I was like, wow, I should try this. Maybe that. But then I realized he doesn't even use it in real life. So, okay, it was just
It's a
for the
movie.
It's a movie. But it got to my interest and everything because I was very stiff. I do a lot of bodybuilding and then moved into CrossFit, got functional, but a lot of jerks, a lot of joint issues, a lot of muscle tears, and things like that.
even
Tendon
at
pain.
that age, I mean, young, like in the early 30s.
Yeah, because a
still?
lot of jerks here. Because what happens is when you try to do that extra rep or 2 reps or 3 just to push yourself, and you're dealing with weights, your technique gets poor when you get tired, and then that happens. You tend to when your technique gets poor, you get injured. So that's the whole point. And then I thought, oh yeah, one of the amazing things is I used to come back to India on vacations and see my fellow farmers. Okay, they weren't as bulky or strong or physically strong, but they were so functional. They
And
could
lean.
climb
Lean.
They used to climb trees. They used to do so many things, and they used to expect me because they were not that educated as well when it comes to fitness. So they used to expect thinking that I could do it. Looking at me because I was really built and strong, and I was jacked, like you can say proper jacked, and I was like, I wish I could do all that. Inside, I was like, oh man, I can't even do that. I couldn't climb a tree. I couldn't even climb over a wall, a brick wall and stuff. And then it got me a realization like, I'm doing so much, but am I really fit? I would just look good. But inside, am I really good? Having all those proteins and supplements and powders and everything, it's just,
Yeah, what's the point?
what's the point?
Right.
And yeah, it got to this thing, And of course, when you always start something. Then I had a coach when I was doing bodybuilding. And over the years, he got stronger. I got stronger. I used to look up to him. And one fine day, his kidney failed. And he passed away.
Oh.
And I was like, man, he was my thing. And the reason why it passed away is because all the supplements put a lot of load on on your liver and your kidneys. And his kidney failed actually. And that really made me stop what I was doing. Yeah. And
Were
that's
you
what-
taking those supplements?
Yes, I was taking
you-
supplements. Yes,
okay,
I was because
okay.
your coach tells you, oh, you have to take
Yeah,
it.
I
you have
know.
to
It's
take it.
just pushed in the
Yeah,
gyms
it's
here.
pushed in
Yeah.
the gym, yeah, it's pushed. And do I really need it? And that's after he passed away. That's when I realized, oh man, I was really looking up to him, and he died at such a young age. He was only 4 years older than me.
Okay.
So
Kidney failure, said.
Kidney failure. Yeah, he got his. He was going through dialysis. Then he got a transplant within a week. It didn't match or something, and yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. And that really, and that kind of in 2019, all this happened. And then
This
I
is in
was
Kochi or
in back
Dubai?
in
Dubai,
yeah.
okay.
And that really got a lot of things to me. And that year was really bad for me. When you have a really bad year or something.
Yeah.
I thought, so maybe let me just change my surrounding. Let me go back. And that's when. And then from there, I was at my lowest. Now I can see myself coming up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you're
Yeah,
done.
I'm coming up. I'm still growing and still growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you say you're not growing, that means it's not a good thing. So
It's
we're
not
always
growing.
saying we're growing.
Yes,
because
I'm thing is that I'm very happy for the next day. I wait for the sun to shine.
Yeah, tell us about your day. Tell what your
Oh, yeah? So I wake up around 4:30 and the sun is still not up yet. But I'm so excited for that day. So I do my workout again because your body does produce a lot of glucose for you to just get up and brush your teeth or do your first movement. So I use that. So they say don't have sugar the first thing when you wake up because your your sugar is really spiked up for you to give the energy. So I thought, let me use that sugar to use and I work out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just basic body workout like push-ups,
Okay.
sit-ups, squats, body weight.
Yeah, because I know for 3-4 hours, then you teach Mudgar. You do
Yeah.
the swings with
Exactly.
when you're teaching. So okay, so you do like a different workout in the morning,
just
basically.
the body weight workout, and I don't stick to time. I stick to repetition. So I stick to like 108. 108 is like my main thing, and I do 108 squats, 108 swings, 108 push-ups, whatever it is, 108. But yes, some workouts you can't do 108 straight, so push-up I would take breaks and complete. My target is to complete 108. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. Like pull-ups, squats I can do 108. I'm really happy about it. Yeah, my knees are really strong because I can do my own body weight. I'm really proud about that. And by 5:30, I would step outside my house and walk my dogs.
The light is out by then.
The light is out by then. Slowly, little bit is out by then. Yeah. Then I prep my dogs' meals, not my meal, my dogs' meals. Yeah. And pretty much me and my dogs eat the same food. You can say, but theirs is without salt, mine's with salt.
Okay.
That's all. Okay. So
you must have to cook a lot for that.
yeah, we
7
have
dogs.
there's a lot of food, a lot of rice, and a lot of meat. And mine's with salt, theirs without salt. So that's one thing. And then I walk them for good 1 hour. By 6:30 I'm done. I feed them. I put them back in their cage so that because they're out from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah. And 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. they're like in the cage sleeping. They're off duty. So let them sleep. Yeah. And it's really good for your dog to sleep straight after they eat. They're relaxed. Let them sleep because you're not allowed to. Just like us, we're not supposed to move or do any excessive labor work after eating food on a full stomach. It's best to keep calm or walk is their best thing. Don't jump.
Yeah.
Don't do inversions. Don't do all those things. Yeah. So that's what. So dogs are more wilder than us. They go a bit crazy when there's a pack of them. So I keep them in the cage and they sleep. Yeah. So I start my day, like I said, 4:30, workout, 5:30 to walk my dogs, prep their meal. They're back in the cage by 6:30. And then my first session starts at 7 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah. 7 a.m.
Wow.
And then it goes
so
up.
That's like almost a full, you've already had so many hours of work.
Yeah. But it just keeps me so energized. Energetic, yeah. And there's some days when I finish work by 11 a.m. and that's when people start their day. And I was like, oh my God, I've done so much in my day. And you're just starting your day,
Yeah.
So.
But it's working. You're rising with the sun and.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
When the sun's down. Yeah. And honestly, I'm not a sunset person. I never found it romantic. I never found it. Yeah. I'm a sunrise person. I'm a very morning person. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your diet.
Oh, my diet. So, I'm proper meat. Okay. I go for a lot of meat, especially red meat and seafood. I stay away from chicken. I stay away from chicken because it produces a lot of heat and it's, I would say,
it's hard to find good chicken.
Hard to find good chicken. Farm chicken are hormone fed and that's what's going to go into your stomach. So I don't want that. A lot of red meat and a lot of seafood. Okay. And when I say seafood, I mean fish, which is not again from a farm. You have your farm fish. No, I prefer sea.
Grown, yeah.
Yeah. Because those again, anything I've realized over the years, anything man-made is bad for your body. Okay, your packet food or anything. So I don't eat packet food. That's a big no-no for me. I believe packet food is for the army or if there's an apocalypse because then things don't grow. So you need to survive on packet food.
Yeah.
Okay, because preservatives makes it last long. So go as organic as possible. Go as natural as possible. You'll see it in your skin, on your good hair. Honestly speaking, the more I did this, I've been doing this for the last 6 years now, and my hair loss or graying or skin getting, I stay away from sugar. One advice I tell people is stay away from sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar, stay away from it. You can avoid so much things from sugar. That's the only diet thing which I would tell people. Step one, stay away from sugar.
How did you learn all this? Like you just online, or I mean, what influenced you to be this healthy?
So the more like I said, 2019 when I came back, I always liked being fit, but then the nutrition part I was really low at that. I wasn't really qualified. I'm still not qualified to this. I'm still studying. 2019 when I came back, I was spending a lot of time with my granny, and she's 94 now, and their lifestyle is very organic, and she was a teacher. So during a thing, they had their own cow. They used to drink their own cow's milk. They have their own chickens, so they eat their own chicken eggs.
This is in Kochi.
In Kochi. So just to correct you, Kochi is the big city.
Yeah.
I live in Thrissur, which is the next big city, the neighboring city.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, uh, so she, it's not that she learned Ayurveda, but the lifestyle, Ayurveda is a lifestyle where it really keeps you healthy because there was nothing called packet food. There's nothing called protein powders or pills. Everything was herbs, vegetables, and even meat. So she just, it's not that she taught me. I just got influenced by her because I saw how
Yeah,
much
you could,
healthy it is.
right.
A lot of vegetables, a lot of fish, a lot of when you say fish, you're getting a lot of omega-3 and eat the bones, you get the collagen, everything. It's all natural. Because we were never meant to have powders and pills. We were meant to chew our food, eat our food, use your teeth. Powders, if you have a smoothie, you don't use your teeth, you're just gulping it down. Then what's the point of your teeth? So,
So you weren't doing this in Dubai?
no,
no.
I was not doing it in
Okay.
Dubai. There's a lot of packet food in Dubai, a lot of supplements in Dubai. A lot of-
Yeah, you said that, right.
yeah.
A lot of supplements.
in Dubai. So as soon as I came back, it was more natural, it was more holistic. And one thing led to another. Then I realized I just need one meal a day. And I eat only one meal a day. And I realized I can smell better, I can see better, I can...
Head is clearer.
Clearer.
Yeah.
The more you eat unnecessarily, the more lethargic you get. You burn unnecessary calories. That's why you get tired. When you eat so much, you get tired and you want to sleep. But if you eat less, you're alert. You have so much more energy. And I noticed that, and it kept my gut very healthy. Having a lot of fermented food. Like
What time do you, what is your meal that you eat?
So it's always past 1 p.m. Yeah. I eat rice. And that
No, but I meant the time.
Not the time. It's always past 1.
After one. Let's usually a lunch.
Or lunch.
Like a late lunch or late lunch.
It is.
Okay.
Because I sleep early as well, like 7:30, 8 o'clock. So they always say it's best to eat 4 hours before you sleep. Okay. So that 2 or 3 p.m., I still have so much time. My stomach is nicely well digested and everything.
Okay.
Because
you don't
when you
get
sleep,
hungry in the
no,
evening
it's
it's a habit.
it's a habit. This maybe the first 2 or 1 week will happen. You'll get hungry, but I would suggest stay away. Just drink water. You hydrate yourself.
Yeah, and you mentioned you don't have coffee in the morning either.
No,
Not
yeah.
as your first thing.
Was my first thing. I will never have coffee or tea on an empty stomach. Basically, I do have coffee and tea, but not on an empty stomach.
Not an empty stomach. Yeah.
That's
Because a lot of what we were doing is intermittent fasting, right?
yes, yeah.
And they keep telling you can have black coffee, and that,
Yeah.
but it's a little hard on the stomach.
It is hard on the stomach. The more I learned, and this thing, all my base, what I'm talking about is all based on Ayurveda.
Oh, by the way, he's learning Ayurveda. He's
And still learning. Yeah.
still learning.
Yeah.
He's taking the degree course
Yeah.
in where
It's in Kochi.
in Kochi. Yes.
In Kerala.
So tell us
Kerala
about how
Ayurveda Academy.
you just got interested in that. You just started this, right?
Just started.
Wow, and you're really into it. Like,
I'm really into it because I was practicing it, but I'm not certified or qualified. But now I am going to get certified and qualified.
yeah, and you know the science behind it, which
Exactly,
is nice.
yeah. Because I knew the practical part, but I didn't know. Let's say I didn't know the science behind it. I knew the practical part.
Right.
I didn't know the science. Now I'm learning the science part of it. So,
Okay.
So
Well,
what
that's
I'm doing,
wonderful.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's nice to learn. I mean, basically
Yeah.
learn something
And
you're
because I'm
interested
so
in.
into it, it's no more of learning. I'm so like, it's just like, yeah, it's
part
just
of your
getting-
life.
Part of my life, yeah.
And it is. Ayurveda is a lifestyle.
It is
so
a
you have
lifestyle.
incorporated that, and
It is, yeah.
now you're learning the science behind it, which
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Exactly, yeah. The actual theory from proper teachers and everything, yeah. So, and
You're in the
because-
right place. Kerala is like the
Yeah.
hub of
Yes, and
Ayurveda.
eventually my next thing is because it's all based on their language is all based on Sanskrit. Next thing is to learn Sanskrit after because then I can relate it even more.
Right,
So,
right.
Keep going more and more.
Yeah, it's lifelong learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And the more I teach, I learn even more because you get different clients with different physical backgrounds. So you
Yes.
learn. Yeah. So you learn more when you even start training more.
So if someone wants to start Mudgar,
Yeah.
how do they go about it?
I would suggest start with something really light. But the actual calculation is your weight divided by 8.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're an 80 kg person, a 10 kg Mudgar.
Oh, that's heavy.
Yeah, so that's how strong people were.
Oh.
We've all become weaker because we had such a labor intensive lifestyle.
Right.
Technology and cars and let's say everything took over our health, we become weaker. So let's say like this, what we had today, this is like a 2 kg one, imagine.
Right.
So let's say if your weight was 80 kg, a 2 kg would be extremely light for you. You have to do a 10 kg one and do 108 reps in one shot.
Okay, but these days, I mean, you start with this.
Yeah, start with this. So as a teacher or as a trainer, I would tell people Start something light, get your technique strong, let your foundation be strong, and then go heavy. I always teach my clients with light weights.
Okay.
It's the best way to do it.
Can you start as a beginner online?
Anyone can start with beginner online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially with him, he's an excellent teacher.
I am so used to teaching online. I love teaching online because I don't want to leave my property. So I love teaching online.
Yeah.
And the more I started teaching, the more I realized how much more better I got at it and how I can see people's mistakes and things like that and how to get them better.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, teaching is,
It's an ongoing process.
ongoing process.
And you learn
you
at
have
the same time.
the more experience you are, the
More,
better. Yeah.
And you still there's always someone new coming
Right.
online. So it's always something new again.
So in today's session, what did you feel like then? The beginners, how did they do?
So today's I didn't really see anything new. All good. There were some who were really stiff, but I'm so glad they really got loose after class. And they gained more. They came with all stiffness and morning thing, but they left all with a smile. I'm
yes,
happy. Yeah.
Everybody was happy.
Yeah.
Yes,
and with sweat.
yeah.
Sweaty smiles. Yeah.
So how long do you need to do Mudgar to see results? And how often should you do it? Like twice a week, 3 times a week?
I would say you could do it every day.
Every day.
Every day, because these movements are Vedic. We always meant to
Do this.
move. Okay, we meant to move, and these movements were very Vedic. So let's say like a small history. These are all by the warriors. Okay, let's say Lord Hanuman. Everyone knows him, and he had a gada. It's very famous, his gada. And people would say it's his weapon, but I would say it's his weapon where not for war. I would say he would swing it for positivity. Okay, not to kill or this. I would say he swung it to spread positivity, kind of thing. I take it that way.
Okay.
Everything has a positive thing. And from there it went down to warriors and soldiers and the Mahabharata thing. And this replicates like a sword and a shield. Okay, because you see no one with a sword, no one does a 2D motion. Everyone swings around with it, right?
Yeah.
So this is the same way, you swing around with it. Okay, and someone who can swing a Mudgar, don't get me wrong, can even lift easier. Okay, so if you're doing bodybuilding, add this to your bodybuilding. You'll see you can lift more, you can do more reps, you can do that extra rep, and you will not, let's say, hurt yourself. So
Yeah, basically it makes everything supple.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So when that happens,
Yeah.
you can go much
You can
longer in
go longer,
anything you do.
anything, yeah.
Right.
Because
yeah.
the gym you're getting stiff, and this is going to make you release that stiffness, so you can go again. The
Okay.
extra rep which you couldn't do, you could do it
Okay.
again. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I have to tell this to people. I'm not against bodybuilding. I'm not against CrossFit. I'm just saying, the more you have, the more you keep switching your foundation. So a little bit of bodybuilding, little bit of swinging, little bit of yoga, you'll become an all-rounder. An all-rounder, his fitness level is very different from someone who does only one thing. Okay, so everything complements everything. Okay, what a dumbbell was supposed to do was not made to swing, but same thing, this was not made to lift. So both will complement each other. So it's very important. Your dumbbell is the best way to get stronger, to build your muscle. Because sometimes, let's say you have an accident, you are in a cast, that particular muscle has gone really weak, then you do have to lift weights to build that muscle. Okay, so don't get me wrong. So everything is important. Everything complements each other.
Yes,
Yeah?
absolutely. There's a famous book on aging.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of his
No,
name
I've
is
not.
Peter Attia.
Okay.
So in this he says we should do a decathlon and not a marathon, right?
Yeah.
You should work out, especially as you're getting older,
Yeah.
to work all the muscle groups in different ways.
Yes.
Rather than people who are just running or
Just
just
running,
bodybuilding or whatever.
Exactly.
So that's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, and same thing, like as you get older, I would always suggest you to play a sport because your reaction gets better. Because there's always, let's say you're playing tennis sport, tennis, like a racket game. There's always someone hitting it, so you don't know where he's going to hit. So reaction gets better. So sport is really good. And adding, sports is good, but when you play one sport over time, you're overworking a particular, say, so
Right.
racket sport, if you're right, you're going to overwork your right arm. So you'll always have to rehabilitate it. That's why I say this is something which you can play with anything. With your bodybuilding, it's going to rehabilitate. It's going to make your joints stronger, more durable. Because when I have a lot of people who play badminton, even at an old age, I'm really happy for them. But they've changed the game because they're scared to smash, because they get that extra pull or something happens.
Oh, really? I thought they were more thing on
Maybe
the
with the
knees.
knee, yeah, some happen with the knee.
Yeah, they
a
don't
lot
want
of
to jump.
jerkings,
Yeah.
yeah. And so then what happens, because of a weak knee or a poor arm, they change the game. They start placing and stuff.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you have to rehabilitate it, and then you'll see, you'll keep getting better and better. So even a sport, everything is all good, but you tend to overwork a particular part. So you have to rehabilitate it. So then you can keep going on, keep going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a golfer, right?
Golfer, little bit. I would not call myself a golfer, but we did. Yeah,
But you like golf. You play.
I like
when
golf. I did
yeah.
try golf. It's very soothing. That's the only game where you can play one man.
Um,
You know what I mean? You don't
yeah.
need. You don't need a this thing.
You know, you're playing against yourself.
Yeah, you can say against yourself. And if you do meet another person in the same hole, you can join the game.
Right.
That's why I love golf, because you can.
You must be really good with the swing.
With the swing, yes, but with the aim, no. so with the swing, yes, it goes miles and miles. Like I would say, it really goes far. Okay.
Okay.
But as a target, no. So I'm still learning that. So,
Yeah. But I'm asking because we have a lot of golf people watching.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's nice to
it.
know.
Because I did go to the driving range and people were really impressed with my swing. But if you play a game, I might lose the game because I can't really. My putting and everything's not that great. Yeah. So.
But you can work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you got the main swing
Main
done.
part, yeah. I can cover a lot, but when it comes to the closest ones, I can't get them. So yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah.
So what's next for you? I mean, you're learning Ayurveda,
Yeah.
and do you want to practice it, or or you just want to?
I want to promote it. I want to keep Ayurveda as my base.
Okay.
And keep promoting it because there's so many good doctors out there, Ayurveda doctors out there, who need more accreditation. So I would tell them, go to this doctor, go to that doctor, that kind of thing. Because Ayurveda is something, it's so natural. They don't tell you to take a pill or or all this. Nowadays people have converted into Ayurveda pills and things like that. But honestly speaking, your kashayams, your arishtams and everything will really help you out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good. Yeah.
Wow.
Especially those rehabilitating massages and everything. That's not really an Ayurveda massage is going to keep you, it's going to really open you up. It's not like your spa.
I know, it's not like a relaxing thing. It's meant to do, to help you in different ways, right?
Yeah. So an Ayurvedic spa, an Ayurvedic massage. So let me tell you a small thing of how it works. As farmers, okay? So you have your 9 months in a year. Let's say, okay, so in Kerala, Onam is known as the harvest festival. That's when you start farming, right? All the way till your next year monsoon. So what happens during the year? You're farming, a lot of physical labor, active work, intensive lifestyle. You do get injuries over time. Carrying something heavy, swinging axe or something, you do get injuries. And then during the monsoon is when the whole soil takes rest because it's fertilizing and everything with water.
Yeah.
And that's when your body takes rest as well. That is when you go for an Ayurvedic treatment.
Yes.
So now you know how that whole thing. So when people go for a panchakarma, which is one day, it doesn't really work with one day.
No, you need 14 days minimum, right?
Exactly. People go for one day and they say, "Oh, I feel it." Yeah, but need to keep going to get really to get the effect. This one day doesn't work.
Yeah, everybody needs to take that time out.
Yeah,
and get away from the desk.
Exactly. That monsoon is the part
Monsoon
in
is the
India,
time.
in South India at least. That's where I know.
Yeah, even in Goa.
Yeah.
It's at that time that they.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's off, even for tourists, it's off season. Yeah.
Right.
Everything is
It's too much rain.
Too much
Yeah, even like going into the sea, a lot of women go and use the sand as
Scrub.
like
the salt and everything.
salt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
So before we go, can you just show us a few swings?
Sure, yeah, I can show you a few swings. It's just that my
What is
shirt's
this?
a bit tight though, but yeah.
But he's wearing a shirt for once, guys.
Yes, I do
If
have
you want to
clothes.
see him without a shirt, go to Shredded Farmer.
I do wear clothes. That's why I'm wearing clothes today, just to show people I have clothes, yeah.
Well, tell us what this is.
Okay, so before that, I'll just tell you what this is.
Sure.
So this is basically the actual size where, Mudgar is just one name in India. You have Karlakatai, you have Mudgal, you have Gada. It's all from the same family. Every state has a different name, okay? But it's all used the same way. Technique is the same way. You swing with it. The whole point is to swing and open up your joints. You stretch and flex your joints. So this is something which I made, something which I can travel with.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it's only 60 centimeters where you can put in your check-in luggage. Don't put in your hand luggage because the customs will stop you. Right? And this is something where, so wood is something which will lose weight over time. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that, so this was around 2 kgs. So whenever I tell someone, get this one, I always tell them it's an estimated 2 kgs. Wood over time loses weight. Okay. And then it stops. So also it depends on the log you're getting, the tree you're getting it from. So what I'm trying to say is some trees might be very healthy. So the same dimension, everything could be heavier from another mahogany. So this is all mahogany. The beauty of this is The more you use it, it gets darker and darker and darker.
And you made these.
Yeah, no, I didn't make these. These ones I didn't make, but in general, I did learn making my own. But over time, I got busy.
No, you got them made.
Yeah. They're all from this thing. Yeah. So over time, I got busy. Now I don't have time to make, and I have a person now. Proper thing to make.
But they're beautiful.
In during COVID, I did actually learn how to make it. Udemy, online. I did learn a lot from online. So yeah, that happened. And so this is something which I R&D and stuff. So it's your basic locks from a 50 your weightlifting safety locks. Okay. So you can remove these. It's universal. It's Olympic size. Okay. And you can add weights as well. So what I did was keeping them down. Maybe it's too heavy. So this around would be. So if you remove this, now if you hold it, it's so much easier. Much easier to travel with. It's like just about 2 kgs, maybe a bit lesser. And what happens over time, it will reduce weight, right? So what I do is...
I didn't know that wood reduces...
Yeah, wood reduces. The thing is that we never use wood as a fitness equipment. We just sit down and stuff.
Right.
So we don't care about the weight then. Right?
Yeah.
But when you work out, that's when the weight matters. So, and the difference between a Mudgar and let's say a dumbbell, why you can't swing it is because a Mudgar or Gada, or most of them, no, all of them, they have weight on one side of the grip. A dumbbell has weight equally distributed on both sides of the grip.
Right,
so you can't swing it. So what you could do is you could just add an extra weight. This is 1 kg and another 1 kg. Yeah. So then, and then it becomes a good, I wouldn't ask you to swing, but if you hold it.
No, just hold it.
Yeah. So the metal, so metal doesn't lose weight.
Right.
So that's why I made this so that, because I got a lot of people saying, oh, my Mudgar is losing weight and things like that. I can't try. I need something.
Wow, that means they're really using it. That's good.
They're really using it, which I'm really happy about. Yeah. So then that's why I got these done. And then you just put a normal 50 your safety locks, which is universal. Any brand has it. Just put it in and lock it. And then, put it in and then lock it. So I just put 2 because when you buy, you get 2 as a pair. So I don't want to lose one. And it's just extra safety.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
So that's it. So
have you patented this?
No, I really don't want to do any patenting because I'm not willing to fight for it. I don't care.
I know you didn't. I know you're.
Yeah. I really don't. If anyone can make it, it's fine because I really want to promote people to make their own.
Yeah.
Just do it, make your own. If you can make your own, means you're really into it then.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point of I'm not doing this painting thing.
I know.
Yeah.
So can you swing or maybe I can just show your videos?
Maybe I can try. So basically, as you see, I'm swinging very close to you. You know, you don't need so much space. So that's all the space you need on. In fact, if you see, I'm just doing an overhead 360. Basically, swing up, go around, and pull. Right now, my swing is not that great because my clothes are stopping me. But in general, it's so what happens is when you go up, your elbows are pointing up. So if you have a slouch, your rib cage is going to open up, and your slouch is going to get pushed in. So with 2 hands, we see my slouch gets pushed in. So this is really going to rehabilitate your poor posture. Frozen shoulders, and you see my shoulders are always rotating in the thing. So I'm sure there's more.
And riding in the right way.
In the right way.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like I said, you don't need so much space. The movements are very basic. It's going to open up your joints, get your joints stronger, more durable. The whole point is that I tell my clients, participants, that if you fall, you should be able to get back up and not feel anything on your joints. You should be safe. Great. Yeah. Should be independent.
Do you see Mudgar growing? It's growing a lot, right?
Now it's like a big trending thing now.
Yeah.
It is. It's going all over social media. People are willing to try it. Now I've seen many gyms have it, but they don't use it. But they have it in the gym, in the corner somewhere.
Yeah, but because somebody has to be able to do it properly, right?
It is.
Yeah.
But they see a lot of people now trying it. Okay. It's really good. Yeah.
Good. So the future is good for the mobility and everything.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you get stronger people. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, that wraps it up. You know, any final thoughts you like to tell everybody?
There's one thing which I should say was that, looking good and being aesthetic is just a byproduct of being healthy. Okay? Some people try to look good, but they sacrifice by not eating, by doing too much excess, or let's say extreme diets and things like that, supplements. No. The daily movement and eating right. So just eating right will not help in looking good. Okay, you need to, working out will complement your eating right as well. And of course, sleep. Sleep is very important. Rest, you need recovery.
Yeah, sleep early.
Sleep early, exactly. And one thing is that I try always do your workouts in the mornings before you go to work, Because if you're gonna, the most common trend right now is to work out after work. It's going to really lift up your energy and mood levels.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons you didn't want to teach the workshop in the evening, right?
Yeah. Because then people can't sleep. Yeah, you have your body might be tired, but your mind is still working. So much in energy. So these few things these are small things, but play a very big role. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Nithin.
Yeah.
So if people want to find you, where do they go?
The Shredded Farmer on social media, on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So
it's one word.
In the Shredded Farmer, you'll see his dogs. You'll see his
Instagram,
beautiful farm, and of course, you'll see him doing his workout.
The only thing I post is food, my dogs, and my workouts. That's all I do. Just my lifestyle.
Yeah.
Nothing personal, nothing this thing, because I just want to promote a good
healthy
influence and lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
Thanks, Nithin.
Welcome. Thank you so much for having me. And by the way, I think this is I've been to a lot of studios, but this is a very modern studio which has a very calm energy, which is good, very good. Because I've been to yoga shalas. Shalas are meant to be, but a modern studio, no.
One question I forgot to ask is how does Mudgar help your mind?
Mind.
Yes.
So there's a lot of mind and body coordination involved in this.
Yes.
So you have to have mental focus, okay? Because you can't think about your email or I missed that call.
Yeah.
It's really going to hit you.
Because your swing will not be right.
It'll not be right, and it'll hit you. It's like a teacher hitting head back, come back in class.
Right.
You know? Yeah. So it's really good for mental focus, really good for mind and body coordination. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Super.
Thank you again.
Welcome. Thank you again. Thank you for having me, actually. Yeah.